25, 30 years old, you blaming your mother and your father for your shortcoming? Don't you realize that you are now the master of your destiny? And if you as a grown person want to continue to blame the white man, blame your father, blame your mother, blame the educator. I had a bad teacher. I went to that dumb school over there. I was in reform school. I went to jail. I went to here. Every place you've been is school. And if you learn what you're supposed to learn, you come out of wherever you've been with a determination to become your own master. Is this white man, damnable world that cracker built, that no good peckerwood hunky, and you steam yourself all up? And what have you done? The white man is still ruling, and you still talking about him. And you can't see that if you don't get a grip on you, the white man will be in power tomorrow, the day after, and the day after.
Peace. Kofa, Grow Talk Entertainment. Wake your glass up. Appreciate everybody being in here. Know who it is. It's your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. Once again, Kofa, K-O-F-A, not coffee, not kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. Kofa rhymes with sofa. Easy to say, easy to spell. Once again, this is Grow Talk Entertainment, where GROW stands for Gentlemen Reaching Our Wealth Through Healing. And this is where we help men find a positive fuck it. Go ahead and get the general housekeeping out the way. Oh, I forgot to give you the date and time. The time is now 7:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the lovely city of Atlanta, Georgia. Today is October 9th, 2025. I appreciate everybody being in here. General housekeeping. You see the Cash App. You see the PayPal. You've been in these YouTube streets long enough. You know how to use super chats and super stickers. What I do want to start doing is reminding you guys, again, I know you've been in these YouTube streets for a while, but YouTube takes 30% off the top. So for every dollar y'all send me, the boy is only going to get 70 cents. I'm saying 73 and looking at that and looking at this and everything else. I'm only going to get 70 cents. So if you prefer, you can use the Cash App. That's cool. Either way, I just appreciate you rocking it with the channel. Again, you can also go to growthtalkent.com, get your Growth Talk merch. I appreciate anything you want to donate financially. But if you don't want to, what you will do is take your shoes off when you come in my house. Hit the like button. The like button is free.
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease.
With that said, I'm going to go ahead and hit y'all with Randy.
Lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful audience. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely. And
bring it back on me. Let's go ahead and get to the shout outs. I appreciate everybody once again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. First in the shoot tonight, brother BT, Brokerage Editions, aka LaRon Gaskins, aka Big Ellie, aka Thuggish Ruggish Ron. I'm just doing that to fuck with his wife. She hates all the nicknames that he gives himself and that I pump his head up with because that's my dog.
Hand down, man.
Shout out to Mama Lex.
Mama, there goes that man.
Shout out to Mama Lex if she watching, but shout out to BT. I appreciate you being in here as always. Brother Malika in the building as always. I appreciate you, bro. BT says, fun fact, Kofa. Kofa took this pic while he was waiting for Mama Lex and I to meet at a cigar lounge near the Braves Stadium. Indeed.
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease.
See, I know BT in real life. Brother Drew Titan in the building of the Painful Excellence Podcast and Drew Titan LLC. Thank you for being in here, good brother. I appreciate you. My 1A YouTube name, Mike Has Bad Knees. He says, I wasn't happy on the thumbnail. I was chilling. I was just taking me a GQ picture, but I flipped it with the Boondocks character. Salute to DG, the legend. Salute, good brother. I appreciate you being in here and the support. Sister Melissa in the building. Where we at?
You go, girl.
He says, hey, Kofa, happy Thursday. What's going on, sis? Appreciate you stopping in. Let's see everybody speaking. Look, BT says I got the picture of him cheesing that day. Yeah, I still got it too. I still got it in my phone. It come up. It's come up the last shit. It's been damn near 2 years since then, I believe. Let me see. Emperor in the building. He said, salute, big brother Kofa. I'm on time today. Let's go. Indeed. 7:31. Late. Yeah, I'm on CP time. I'm gonna talk about us today. Tevin King out the shoot. $20 bomb.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
That support black male media. I appreciate you, good brother.
Donations, gifts.
Back on me. I appreciate you, Tevin. Let's keep going. BT says, let me see. Kofa starting to live with a toothpick. Indeed. Glad you noticed. Let's keep on going. But you see the lights behind me. I'm not too pissed off. Well, I'm not red today. Hawk in the building. What's going on? LX in the building. Salute, nephew. I appreciate you being in here. Hawk says, am I late? I hope I'm not. Nah, you're not late, bro. That was just Mike had bad knees fucking with me, bro. I really got shit. We've been going like 5 minutes. I ain't even got into the topic. So y'all see the thumbnail. Dear black folks, I don't plan on making this a long one like I always tell y'all. We'll see how it goes. I've been under the weather, so forgive me if I sound a little nasally, but it is what it is. Y'all gonna hear stuff tonight that you may or may not agree with. Just given the current political climate, I'm gonna give you some background. I am personally affected by the government shutdown right now.
No.
Do I like it? No, I don't. Am I surprised? No, I'm not. Am I blaming Trump?
No.
Some of you may not remember, this also happened up under Obama back in 2013. Guess who was a member of the military then? This guy. Guess who was impacted then? This guy. So it happens every year, and a lot of people, as we call y'all civilians, don't realize it. You can set your clock to between September 15th and September 30th of every year. That is when the fiscal, F-I-S-C-A-L, fiscal, not physical. I know how we talk sometimes. That's how the fiscal year starts, of when the government starts counting its money. That's when all these agencies and stuff like that start getting all this funding. Some of these private companies, they get federal funding, but they got to wait on the money. The money you think some of these companies are making, all of that stuff is not generated. Some of that stuff is a loan or a grant from the federal government. But it amazes me how the government is shut down and broke, and your boy not getting paid right now. But we always had that money to send over to Ukraine and everything else. We'll get into a little bit of that tonight. So this is going to be, I can't even say a political thing. I'm really talking to my people. The biggest question what Minister Farrakhan I had on the screen earlier is asking, what next? What are we going to do? So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started tonight with some of these, popular topics that we love to go back and forth about. But I just want you to start scratching your head, really thinking outside of the box, outside of the blue box, if you will. So let's get going.
I just be confused when people say Trump is a racist, only because before he ran for office, I never heard nobody call him a racist. People call him an ass.
But he's saying racist stuff now.
But what's racist stuff that he's saying?
The Haitian cat stuff?
What's racist about that?
Well, you Haitians are
prejudice.
eating cats?
Yeah, Haitians are eating cats.
Or that when he was like a landlord owning all these places, he was very discriminatory against black residents.
I'm discriminatory against black residents in certain buildings. I don't want certain living in my building.
Right.
As long as you say it with
if
the
I
chest.
go home tomorrow and I see 17 in the lobby with do-rags on, I'm talking to management like, who is these niggas?
Come on, yo.
Now, it's
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease.
I live in a pretty nice neighborhood. LaRon knows where I live. Some of the people out there that may catch the replay, Chris Trucker, other brothers like that, they know where I live. I've had family members, I've had friends pull up at my house. They get off the plane, or I pick them up from the airport. We pulling up at the house, they, GPS'd over here, whatnot. Man, you stay around all these white folks?
No.
My whole neighborhood is black. I would say about 99% of the homeowners in this neighborhood are black. It's not a small neighborhood. We have one side where it's more like townhomes, 3, maybe a 4-bedroom. The area I stay in is kind of like middle. Mostly you're going to get 4 bedrooms here. Might look up and get a 5 and a basement, depending on which side of the street you stay on, because there's like a little creek over here. There's a drop off, so they had more room. Then there's the other side where you got what I would call mini mansions, where I was trying to get Ron and Mama Lex to move around the corner from me.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
But alas, they wanted to stay up north. But it's okay. But those houses are starting out at 4, 5, 6 bedrooms plus a basement, 3-car garages. Majority of home ownership is black. I'm tired of the narrative, and we do a disservice to ourselves, as you'll see in a little bit. This is where you get the white people that can quote these stats about our community, because we've made ourselves the forefront of this stuff. Mainly our sisters want to be the head of DEI and everything that really ain't got shit to do with us, as you'll see in a little bit as well. Remember that part. You'll need that equation later. We continuously say, I'm trying to get out the hood. Then when we make it out the hood, we're sellouts. If we vote for somebody who isn't on our side, because you know Bill Clinton was the first black president, let us tell it, then we're sellouts, and now Trump is a racist. I got another video I should have dropped in here. It showed all your favorite celebrities hugged up, high-fiving, dapping them up, and it wasn't the fucking rappers.
No.
To include your favorite auntie, Oprah Winfrey.
You go, girl!
Love this man until he ran. Until he ran for president. He played the game, and that's how he got in. I'm gonna let this brother finish out, but I had to put a toothpick in there real quick and inject Kofa into the equation, because this brother is getting ready to say some stuff that y'all probably don't like. You know our people don't like. Again, because this shit is the honest to God truth. I don't want to stay around a lot of them cats. Let's keep going.
I'm from the hood. I don't want to see them in my building.
You worked hard to leave?
I worked hard to get away from these. I'm not on them. I love them, but it's like I don't want to go to sleep and hear these in my lobby either. But we don't want to be honest because we feel like, oh, you know, Trump is racist. No, he's not. A racist man is not going to let Jennifer Hudson and her family stay in his building after her family was killed. A racist man is not going to send the jet to pick up Nelson Mandela in Africa once he was free from prison. A racist white man. Why is he doing that if he's racist?
Back on me. I'm not here to debate whether Trump is racist or not. I just thought those were interesting points because, again, we start asking questions and people either laugh it off. I'm glad he's amongst what seems like friends, but you know if you do this in a black church or at a black conference and we need to discuss these things and what's going on in the community and Trump a racist and everybody's supposed to be, yeah, down with the Republicans, this, that, and the third. It'll be one brother or one sister out there. But what about when we loved him for half a second when he who did he pardon? Was it Kodak Black or was it Lil some goddamn body? One of these rappers during his first term? Didn't he pardon them? He was like, oh man, I guess he ain't that bad. He loved him when them stimulus checks came out. Let me get to y'all comments. Some other folks done snuck in. I told y'all. Oh, my sinus is draining like a mug. BT, see? BT left the South Side. He don't want to be a South Side boy. Now, I forgot another nickname. Kennesaw Kobe.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Salute to BT, man. A damn fool. Mike says, that's me. I ain't trying to stay there. Let me see. Brother Malika says, I totally agree with the brother. And this is something else I want y'all to notice. All those people in that room, I don't know if y'all noticed, they look kind of, I'm going to say kind of young. Like probably in their early 30s, anywhere from their mid 30s to mid 20s. So when they're talking about Trump being a landlord, this is where us older black people got to realize the shit that we lived through, the things that we saw on the news, heard on the radio, read in the newspaper back in the 80s and 90s. That shit is history to them. The same way we be quoting Dr. King and MLK and all that, the stuff they're talking about, sometimes they don't fully understand. Just like the young man was just, he was like, he said, when he was a landlord, he was discriminatory to blacks. And his homeboy was like, so the fuck am I?
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Let me prove a point. I'm going to use the daddy-daughter dynamic. You love these cats from the hood. Trump is discriminatory, but if your daughter brought that guy, that caricature home, the dreads, lack of eye contact, the baby walk, like we used to call it, because he's sagging his pants. How you sag skinny jeans, I still don't fucking know. No. Would you want that guy? Would you want that guy, that caricature of a young black male dating your daughter? Just think about it. Just something to mull over. That's all. Let's keep on going. Kill Hall in the building. He says, Brother Kofa, salute to you, good brother. Emperor says, fun fact, I actually went to a Trump rally here in Macon. It was actually fun. Talking to all types of people and dancing to the music.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
And ain't nobody get shot. And you know what's, Emperor, I don't know which way you came. Are you in Atlanta too, Emperor? Let me know in the chat. Because leaving Atlanta, Georgia, going to Macon, Georgia, you have to go through what is actually, and Emperor can attest to this, you actually got to go through Forsyth, Georgia, which is racist as fuck.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Now, you may not get beat up, lynched, and kicked out, but your black ass, I wouldn't be down there. Strapped up Kofa, wokey to woke Kofa, I wouldn't be down there when the sun go down. I had to go, I used to work for the state. I had to go to a training down there. With me and some of my coworkers, black and white, went to Walmart because, we went on a little run. We was going to be there for like a week for training. A little grocery run or whatnot. The stares we got. Then when I talked to an older black woman that I worked with, gave me a lot of game and a lot of rundown about that particular area. So Emperor had to leave Atlanta, Georgia, go through this neighboring racist city to make it Georgia, and he still had a good time and still made it back to tell us the story. I'm not saying who he was talking to was or wasn't racist. What I'm telling you is everything on its face isn't what it looks like. Just because our people, you know what? That's going to be the next video. Let me get the rest of y'all comments. Just because our people, put a pin in that. Let me see. Mike Has Bad Knees says, you were trying to get Ron to move around the corner and Mama Lex could come along too. Let's be honest. Nope. Lex got to stay over there because every time Lex see me, she be fucking with me about leaving black women alone. And I got to support the sisters and asking me when I'm going to get married. But her ass ain't got no goddamn friends to hook the boy up with.
No.
But that was a nice ass house I did show him though. Ron can attest to that. That was a nice house, but they had other plans. God bless them. LX in the building. Nephew says a lot of black folks have issues with class clash. I'm tired of the ghetto-ish. I like peace and quiet.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Another young brother. LX, I'm going to tell on you a little bit. I ain't going to say your real name. But LX is 25 years old. Met him at the Manosphere Conclave. I said it before. I'm going to keep bigging him up. I wish I had a me. I wish I had this space when I was 25. He is so far ahead. LX, can you count how many times you heard, bruh, you so far ahead while we were down there at the Manosphere Conclave? Not just from me, but from the other older brothers that you were around. The Quiet Storms and other brothers that we met. How many times did you hear the whole weekend? I guarantee you couldn't keep count. I guarantee you he lost it. Because another young brother that was 25 and we just kept hitting him with the same thing, bro. Y'all on the right path. Y'all so far ahead of the game. You light years away from where I was when I was 25. And they just sitting there deer in headlights like, okay, appreciate it. I know I told LX all weekend, and I know other brothers that told him that as well. So again, you ahead of the game, bro. Everybody's not gonna, again, black people aren't a monolith until we decide to vote. Because when we start to question the LGBTQIA stuff,
No.
black people weren't a monolith. When you had a handful of people, the Condoleezza Rices and all that, then still people come out and be like, even though they didn't like her, they didn't support Bush too, black people aren't a monolith. You vote for Trump, your own people want to tie you up on the back of a truck and just drag you through the fucking streets. Let's keep on going. Mike has, and he says, everybody a little racist.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Okay, yeah, Kodak Black. I thought it was. I couldn't remember if it was Lil Uzi Vert. That's what I was thinking about. But no, he part of Kodak. LX says, they forget about the increase in HBCU funding, then Biden cut it.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
For somebody that just recently, within these times that we're talking about, graduated from college, graduated from an HBCU. But Obama brought his ass down here years before to Morehouse, stood in front of y'all black asses, told young black men then they didn't have any more excuses because they had a piece of paper. They had a college degree. Then the economy hit. You mad at fucking Trump. Also, y'all have a very short memory because remember when Obama was in office, we didn't have no excuses and wasn't no more racism.
No.
I was that young man coming up. I was in my late 20s, early 30s, getting settled in my career, figuring things out. That whole 8-year time span, my first 8 years in the military was under President Barack Obama. No excuses, no excuses. Y'all just sorry. What's wrong with black men? Did it hurt everything? It's a reason why I talk the way I talk. This is why some of the stuff that I say, y'all think it's harsh compared to the shit that I heard, compared to the stuff that I was told personally from older black people, black women in particular. I'm going easy on you motherfuckers. I'm going easy. All I'm doing is telling the truth. When you get told as you're actively pursuing an education that the system is racist, but then you have trouble finding a job with a degree, with a little bit of experience under your belt, but black women are being given these jobs and they look back and ask you what the fuck is wrong with you or tell you that something is wrong with you. Now the same system is racist, but it's okay for her to get her check and run home and tell you that you ain't shit. While she's fucking the pookies of the community. Now that funding, fast forward 10, 15 years, 20 years, that funding is being cut. Now that stuff is starting to impact their kids as they're going into high school, college, or young adulthood, and they see the fucking difference. Wanting to be single mama so goddamn bad. I don't need no man so goddamn bad. Now they're cutting the funding, which is crazy again. Here go black women again. We got to lead the charge. Sisters got to lead the charge on everything. But white women absorb most of the welfare in the United States. The bulk of it. Just by sheer numbers alone, the math is going to math. If the economy is fucked up as it is, white people are the majority, to include white women. White women have been sucking up the majority of welfare. Then you'll turn around and you'll blame white media because that's all they show of black folks. That's all we give them to show most of the time.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Because as soon as some white person says something about ghetto, all black folks ain't ghetto. We got education and this, that, and the third. Soon as Jeezy dropped, same well-to-do, well-educated sister booted up twerking. The same music they said was misogynistic. Black folks got to stop acting like we don't live in the fucking world. This living in a bubble in the community ain't gonna get it, y'all. It's not gonna work. Let me catch up with y'all. Comment home. Let me get Sister Michonne. She says, I'm here. I appreciate it. She says, shout out to Kofa and the chat. I appreciate you being in here, sis.
You go, girl.
You and CIP, make sure y'all are safe out there on the water. I hope y'all, man, that water was beautiful today. That made me sit down and reflect on something. I got to give me a vacation. It's some stuff I got to tackle. Let me see. Mike has bad knee says, I was saying me to being in the military during the Obama government shutdown. Yes, I remember that. Oh, you're in Macon. So Emperor says, first of all, let me clarify for Mike. Yeah, that's what he was talking about with me. He was in the military for the government shutdown. Emperor says he's in Macon, Georgia. He also says, yep, Monroe County, you will get holes stared in you if you walk in an establishment.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Brother Malika says, Kofa, we black people, especially us progressive brothers, choose to think outside the box, outside of the gynocentric matrix. We're considered sellouts of fate. Call me what you like. I love black folks, but I hate ninjas.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
LX says, you need to love the queens harder. BT says, yeah, that crib was nice. It was a big it was a big house. LX says, too many to count. I know he lost count. That's all he got hit with all weekend, bro. You so far ahead of the game. Emperor back at it. He says, my mama found out I went to the rally and voted for Trump. She dropped her head and said, Lord, we lost.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Shout out to Mama Emperor. Lord have mercy. Hilarious. Let me see. All right, think we all caught up. Let me see. Herb snuck in, says salute and good evening. Salute to you. Appreciate you being in here. Emperor says it's a lot of educated ghetto folks. Indeed, bro. For that, you get a
knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Let's keep going.
Chicago will continue to have a violence problem as long as red states continue to have a gun problem.
Roughly 30% of your adult residents are functionally illiterate. Fewer than 1 in 3 Chicago school children can read at grade level. 80% of your black children are born to fatherless homes. Your homeless rate tripled in 2024. There were 1,200 store burglaries in June alone, and those are just the ones that were reported. You gonna blame Indiana for that too? If the simple act of possessing a gun led to gun violence, then the entire state of Montana would look like a Quentin Tarantino movie. It doesn't, though. The truth is that you have a liberal policies problem that leads to a poverty, addiction, and crime problem. And until people get that through their brains and take it to the ballot box, we will continue to go around and around this mulberry bush, and people will continue to die.
White girl, Susie Janet, going through my mind. Sarah Jackson and Julie too.
Thank you, white lady. You know why I'm going to allow that shit? Especially the part with the 80% of your kids are born to fatherless homes. Because when we talk to our sisters, well, what's the solution, sis? What are we going to do? First shit out their mouth. Y'all can start taking care of y'all kids. We heard this for, I'm going to say at least 20 years. That's on the low end, because that's the span of my adult life. Y'all can take care of y'all kids. We have so many fatherless homes. Salute to whoever gave me the thumbs down. Please put in your comment why you gave me the thumb down or what you don't like or disagree with. But cool. We're going to keep on cooking. But salute to that white lady. I looked up one of the stats myself. So I'm just going to say the other ones are accurate too. Yes, we can give pushback on the 80% of fatherless black homes and all that, because again, black men spend more time, whether we're married to the mother, coupled with the mother, we spend more time with our children than any of our racial male counterparts. So we got to take that into consideration. I'm going to continue to tell that story because again, y'all know how I get down with your YouTube nephew. Can't wait to get my boy here in a couple of months, but working through this custody thing. Anywho, let's continue to go. So then she says 30% of the adults are functionally literate. Look that stat up. It's true. Adults that are reading on 2nd and 3rd grade level. But it's cool to get the money from the programs. It's cool to argue with the teachers, because we've been seeing this for years. We've been arguing about it for years. Now we're starting to see the actual results of what so many black men, I'm not going to exclude black women because it was sisters pointed out too, but I'm going to focus on black men because anytime black men told single mothers what they need to be doing with their children to include inside the family, stop doing that, you're going to make that boy soft. We've talked about it here before. Stop doing that, you're going to make that boy, he think he can do whatever the hell he want. All right, keep on, all right? You're going to see what it's like when that boy get big. Then he's 15 and he can look down at the top of your head. The belt don't hurt no more. He ain't gonna fight you, but I've seen a couple of young men that did put their hands on their fucking mama. But he'll walk out that damn house. You won't know where your child at, but he around here in Atlanta breaking in cars, stealing pistols and shit. Everything we told y'all 20 years ago is starting to catch up and you're actually seeing it in real time. The predictions, we'll call it, that black men have told y'all about, this is the road we're going down. We're fucking here now. I remember I was on, I don't know if Messi is still in here. I was on one of Messi's lives, and I think she was playing that Ashley chick, like the one that does the dating show, like Kendra G or whatever. And she said something, and I can't remember exactly what was said, so I'm just paraphrasing the story. I was like, and the next thing that's going to come out of her mouth, I put it in the chat, and Messi had the video paused, and she was like, Kofa, you can't say that. That doesn't even make sense. She hit play, and the very next thing that came out of that woman's mouth was the stereotypical sister girl shit that I said she was about to say. Brothers pay a lot more attention to stuff than what people give us credit for. We may not be as politically as astute as a lot of people want us to be, but we're also not all Michael Eric Dysons where we're just gonna big up and pontificate. And I love that brother, and use these super articulate words and big up the black candidate because that's the brother of the sister. We are gonna ask questions though, because guess what? I fucking remember. I remember when Obama brought his ass to Atlanta, told them young black men in Morehouse that they didn't have no excuses. That older black people, because Obama was president, they was getting told racism didn't exist anymore. Y'all lying. Now I'm going into my young adulthood, older, into my manhood. 27, 30, 33, older black folks looking at me like I'm a fucking child. Telling me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And it doesn't feel good to be right 20 years later. But here the fuck we are. All those programs y'all said the sisters needed, all those programs that the sisters got, and everybody clapped, and what's wrong with black men and black boys are falling so far behind. All that shit is catching up now, because now your son isn't 5, dancing in class and shit. It ain't cute no motherfucking more. He 15 to 25 years old, need to be starting a job or already have a fucking job. Because if he's 25, he probably already made 2 goddamn babies.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
And the shit ain't cute no more. And the shit ain't cute no more because he can't fucking read. So he can't get a job. He's entitled as fuck. But then you're going to turn around and blame who? Not his fucking daddy. This is how fucked up and off kilter we are as a community. We're starting to blame black men, period, for what's going on with some of these boys. What's wrong with black men? What happened to our men? We all supposed to be the leaders. Wait a minute. You need to hold his daddy accountable for that shit. I got one I got to take care of. I got to make sure my daughter don't turn into y'all dizzy asshole. I got to make sure my son don't turn into your weak ass son. But I'm also supposed to take care of the community and do shit with the church and love on every sister, whether I'm sleeping with her or not. And I'm not going to get any cooperation. And you got to deal with my mouth and these extra kids that I'm going to bring along. And you need to be happy about it. No. Get to some of y'all comments. Let me see where we at. Everybody speaking. Look, BT says Brandon Johnson found a way to be a worse mayor than Tiffany Henry.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Messi says, well, damn. That's y'all. LX says, my parents still don't know I voted for Trump. I was originally going to vote third party for RFK Jr. So he could clean up our food.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Mike Has Bad Niece says Tippy Henyard was corrupt, but Johnson is dumber than she is. Indeed. Brother Quiet Storm, I done spoke him up in the building. What's going on, good brother? Peace to you.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
LX says, not Indiana, my home state, born and raised. Look, Brandon Johnson tried to shift the blame to the net. Oh, they bringing the guns from Indiana. Bruh, Chicago been on fire. Let me see. Messi said, you were right. 100. She remember that day. From the Black Couch, salute to you, good brother. I appreciate you being in here. He says, yo, peace, salute Kofa, I appreciate you, bro. LX says, my parents raised me man or woman. Don't allow anyone to put their hands on me due to them seeing so many girls putting their hands on the boys. Well, you'll be surprised how many of these young cats in Atlanta that put hands on their damn mama. Let me see. Quiet Storm says, they think we are stupid and short-sighted. Oftentimes they think we're short-sighted because we're so fucking far ahead of the game, bro. And it's difficult as hell to articulate what's about to happen or what you see coming down the pipeline. If you woke up and somebody texts you and somebody knocked on your front door and told you, hey, you don't need to leave the house today, you basically gonna be on some Final Destination shit, and just walks away. They can't explain how you're gonna die. They can't explain what you need to dodge. They can't explain, how things may play out the rest of the day. But today's your day. That's essentially what a lot of black men did for politics and our families. Hey, I can't tell you exactly what's gonna happen, but what comes out of these situations, blindly voting Democrat, pushing these girls ahead of the boys, because now the boys ain't leaders, right? Now they're men. It's not funny anymore. It's not funny anymore, right? Pushing the boys out the way, pushing the girls ahead, voting blindly Democrat. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but it ain't going to be good. I also remember the same way the people talking about Trump, they talked about Bush too.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
It can't get no worse than him. It can't get no worse than Bush. It can't get how he get back in there a second time. It can't get no worse than Bush. I told people then, stop saying that shit. Somebody gonna get in that bitch eventually that y'all don't like. Eventually, the shit turned to Obama. See there? You don't even know what you talking about. Ain't no more racism. We got a black man up. My president is black and my Lambo is blue. 8 years later, here come Donald Trump. Man, how we get a president like this? I ain't never seen nothing like this. Yes, you have. You said Bush too was the devil. You said he was the Antichrist. You said he was going to open a portal to hell, all my woke folks. I remember that shit. Clear as day. Was an adult then. Young adult, but adult. I remember all that shit y'all said. This is why it doesn't bother me when people be tripping about Trump. Every other day, some black person be stopped because your president did this. Your president did this, that, and the third. He in there. What you gonna do? Again, the question for the night. What next? Messi says, that's racist. Alex says, crying and wailing about the boys, but didn't support my brother's keeper from Obama. Then years later, created another organization called My Sister's Keeper, shaking my head. But hashtag Black Girl Magic.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Quiet Storm says, we all saw the video compilation by Theo Coop. They are sleeping and sucking with the same dudes. That is all.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Alex says, this winter is sure cold. It is, brother. Quiet Storm says, they can have it now. That's pretty much where I'm at. Show me the nearest airport. Okay, heading to Theo's class. Tell everybody I said what's up, bro. I need to hit you up because I do got some questions for you. It'll probably be either tomorrow or over the weekend, but I'll shoot you a text, Quiet Storm. I appreciate you, bro. Let's keep going. So I called that one Chicago 1. I'm calling this one Chicago 2.
Black people in Chicago, let's get this clear for the record so nobody is confused, right? In 2020 and 2021, when Democrats, specifically Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, flooded Chicago with the illegal, undocumented criminal invaders, y'all didn't have nothing to say about that, right? When the mayor, Lori Lightfoot, gave them benefits, millions, prepaid EBT cards with $10,000 on it.
Y'all drop a 1 in the chat if you remember what he's talking about, because this was recent history. Black people love to forget that we support all these programs because they're Democrat led. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember what he's talking about.
Paid Visa cards, 6 months worth of free rent, free healthcare, free childcare. Y'all were okay with that. And then you all continue to be okay with it by going out and voting for Kamala Harris to continue what she was doing with the open borders, right? Now that ICE is there to actually do something about it, right? With Trump's mandate, now you all are boohoo, whining and crying, complaining that ICE is coming to black neighborhoods. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Where else are they supposed to go when that's where y'all allowed them to go? You see, Democrats didn't put these illegals in Oak Brook or Oak Park or Evanston, in any of the white neighborhoods, yet you got the white liberals downtown protesting to keep those people there because they know that they're in black neighborhoods.
Pause it real quick. We're going to sprinkle some passport bro on this.
Sprinkle me, man. 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 Sprinkle me, man.
Where's JT was here? We're going to sprinkle some passport bro on this. You know why they bring these people from other countries and then put them in our communities? The same shit y'all be saying about passport bros. All we doing is going overseas, fucking with these dusty foot women from third world countries. BT just came from Colombia not too long ago. BT, could you please tell me, is Colombia a third world country? Just put it in the chat for me. Is Colombia a third world country? They may be poorer than the United States, but they'll take those people that fought to get over here, snuck to get over here, whatever the case may be. They bring them here. They drop them off in the most impoverished areas because anything's got to be better than those third world countries. And what do black people say? If the Democrats were okay with it, we're okay with it, because guess what? Them people got to have somewhere to go. Silent. Your silence is compliance. Or some of y'all were just as loud following whatever Democratic black person holding that position was saying, and you followed them. It was okay. BT, was Colombia a third world country? No, it wasn't. Let's get to some of these ones. Black Couch, 1. Mike Has Bad Knees, 1. LX, 1. Emperor, 1. BT, 1. Death Reaper, 1. I know there's other ones in the chat that may not have been able to get here. Full Drinking that snuck in. Salute, good brother. Salute, Trent. I appreciate you being in here. Mike Has Bad Knees. Again, y'all, for those coming in late, I'm getting over a cold. Sorry I keep sniffling, but again, I'm still fighting it. Sinus is still draining. Mike Has Bad Knees says, I used to try to tell people that great replacement theory is about replacing black people, not whites.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Every sanctuary city, I'm getting ready to hit it again. Every sanctuary city is black neighborhoods.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Malika says, Kofa, the black community and black women don't want bros to be leaders. They only want robots and cannon fodder. Because they don't want their problem solved, they only want someone to pick up the pieces.
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease!
Mike Has Bad Knees says, I gave up having that conversation because there's no reasoning with some people. Indeed. Let y'all have that. BT says, I'm grateful that Georgia is a red state because Atlanta would have been just like Chicago, New York City, and Boston.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Messi says, always, my, how they forget so quickly. Indeed. Let this brother wrap up.
And y'all goofy. Y'all falling for this. Y'all voted for Kamala Harris, and now y'all are protesting ICE coming to black neighborhoods to remove these criminal invaders. Y'all are calling ICE racist for coming to the black neighborhoods. Well, why are they coming to the black neighborhoods? Because that's where you all allowed them to go. So tell me you a goofy Democrat plantation slave without telling me you a goofy Democrat plantation slave.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Bring it back on me real quick. Emperor says facts, but Negroes are too slow to see that. It's frustrating, bruh. Again, We already make up a smaller minority. People love saying that, you know, white people are at minus birth rate. I get it. Again, woke Kofa. White people are at minus birth rate, meaning more of them dying than that are being born. But the number is so great, they outnumber us so much. Again, they've already done it with Hispanics and Latino people, Latin people. Now you can bring in Ukrainians and others from Europe that are just white enough. Within a generation or two, they just gonna be regular old white folks like in America. They kind of brown enough coming from another country where they're gonna be automatically a minority too. The game already been set in motion. We're seeing the results. Look, Emperor says, thank God for Georgia. Indeed, bro. Messi says, Cam, her homegirl. Cam was the border czar. Indeed. It's crazy to have lived through things, seen those old policies implemented, seen different presidencies and political runs and conversations. Remember what was said, be told you're crazy, then watch what you said was going to happen, start playing out in real time. Only took about 15 years. So imagine being told you're fucking crazy for 15, 20 years. Told some of y'all at the top of the hour, and we're getting ready to get up out of here. I got 2 more videos I'm going to play. One is going to be what I consider to be the video of the night. But told some of y'all at the top of the hour, I am affected. I'm not getting paid right now. I'm a federal employee, so I'm furloughed. So no checks coming in. They may or may not pay us back pay. They normally do pay us back pay when we do get back to work. But again, last time this happened was 35 days under Trump. I think in 2019, it was like 15 days, roughly 2 weeks under Obama. But I've been affected both times. This time hit a little bit harder because I was already moving around. And of course, got an extra kid now. Extra mouth to feed. Shout out to my son. But again, the way I've had to move and adjust things and the way the bread was supposed to hit at the beginning of the month, when I tell you the government, when they hit that button and they don't want to send out any money, they don't. But we also hear how the government can't afford this type of funding, can't switch up laws for automatic DNA tests at birth. It's a lot of stuff the government just can't do. They hands tied. Po government. They can always send that money over to Ukraine. They can always send that money to these other countries. But when it comes to people that get up every day and go to work, and this isn't no shaking my tin cup thing, but get up and go to work every day, they know how to hit that button and stop that payment real quick. So I want to throw that out there before we get to the next video. Let me get y'all comments. Because I already watched this video, but this shit is hilarious. Emperor says the Palestinians will be next to come over here. Wouldn't be surprised. Mike has bad knees says, not to mention the Patels come in is crazy. That was the thing. Remember, I talked about it the last live. I know I've been out of pocket a minute. The H-1B visas. I showed y'all that graph. 73% of those H-1B visas for people coming into these high-end, these high-paying, but low-field jobs, tech, some of the medical field, different things like that. 73% of those people were Indian. So when Trump hit him with that $100,000 tax, this is how much this visa costs now. These tech companies, as much money as they do have, they're not going to be able to afford paying 25 Patels $100,000 a piece for their visa, then turning around and paying each of them 150 plus, and I'm lowballing it in some cases, 150 plus for their salary. It would break the industry. So when that happened, this is why I asked the question, what are we going to do? We're going to have a tech night, brothers. I would really appreciate the support when we do. It'll be later on down the line. I'm going to make sure I publicize that a little bit more. But we're going to have a tech night to have this real ass discussion of what it's going to look like within the next 5 years. So I say all that to say there's money going everywhere this H-1B visa change, everybody feel bad for the innocent. Ain't nobody feel bad for no black man. You just lazy and you need to get your shit together. Bet. That's why I hopped in Theo's class. We're going to study the cloud. We'll have a tech night one night. When you see these opportunities come up, take advantage, brothers. Figure out a way, take advantage. If you don't know, ask somebody. I don't care how stupid you look or how stupid you think you look. Because you want to hear stupid, listen to this next video. This is Senator John Kennedy reading why we're in a government shutdown. Why your boy is at the house not getting paid. Because the Dems won't budge. But everybody I done spoke to, you see what your president doing, you see what your boy doing. Ain't even that man's fault this time.
And so we took out, and here's what they want us to put back in. We found that under President Biden, they were spending $3 million for circumcisions and vasectomies in Zambia. We took that out. The Congresswoman says, we're going to shut down government till you put that back in. We found $500,000 of American taxpayer money for electric buses in Rwanda. We found 3.6.
This is all the stuff that was in the budget from the Biden era. Remember, Trump just got in office. We got 3 more years with the boy. He just got in office last year, so wasn't no government shutdown because we was focused on the elections. Now we come here. This is the stuff the Republicans are finding in the budget, and they telling you, what the fuck?
No.
Take that shit out the budget. The Democrats said, no, we'll shut this bitch down. I'm not done. I'm gonna just let this shit run. And then I'm gonna replay it because some of this shit you probably gonna miss. Because the one thing that stuck out to me, just listen for Haiti.
$6 million for pastry cooking classes and dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. It was in the budget under President Biden. We took it out. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez in the socialist wing, the loon wing of the Democratic Party, says we're going to shut down government until you put it back in. I'll just read you a few more that we took out. They are demanding we put back in. $6 million for media organizations for the Palestinians. $833,000 for trans.
Did Mike have bad knees not just call it?
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Did he not just call it about the Palestinians? Let's keep going.
Gender people in Nepal. $300,000 for a pride parade in Lesotho. $882,000 for social media and mentorship in Serbia. $4.2 million. We took it out. The Congresswoman and the socialist wing of their party says we've got to put that back in for them open government. $4.2 million for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex people in the Western Balkans and Uganda. I could spend the rest of the afternoon. We took all that out. It upset Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. It upset the socialist wing of her party. And now that wing of her party and the Congresswoman are threatening all other Democrats and saying, you've got to shut that government down until we get what we want. And part of what they want is to add this kind of stuff back into the bill. And that's what this fight is all about.
Play the circus music. I'm going to run that back. Because the first time I heard it, I was stuck on what was spent for the male prostitutes in Haiti. I sent this shit to BT, and BT was like, that's a whole other demographic I didn't know about. That's a thing?
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease!
So we gonna run this beat back. You can hear how, and this is how I know this clip is not AI, how it's real. They have to read this stuff of, hey, what's going on, guys? What are we in disagreement about? Can we come to the table? Let's draw a line. What's going on? So I got to run this beat back. Listen to the frustration in this man's voice. And I'm laughing about it because, again, you can't make this shit up, folks. You can't. This is your United States government. So when you see soldiers maybe having a hard time, or soldiers that can't get their VA benefits, or they're struggling with the state and the states are asking for money for disaster relief, this is where some of that money went, y'all.
And so we took out, and here's what they want us to put back in. We found that under President Biden, they were spending $3 million for circumcisions and vasectomies in Zambia. We took that out. The Congresswoman says, we're going to shut down government till you put that back in. We found $500,000 of American taxpayer money for electric buses in Rwanda. We found $3.6 million for pastry cooking classes.
Now, mind you, listen to what he's saying, they found, which means that shit was already in the budget because the Democrats had it last time. They pushed that shit through. So now the Repubs got a chance to go back and look through some of this stuff and say, hey, this is the stuff we want. So we need to even this budget out because it's our turn. This is what we sitting still for. I'm going to keep letting it run.
And dance focus groups for male prostitutes in.
We spent money on dance focus groups and cooking classes.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Oh, shit. Like, think about him getting this budget behind closed doors, knowing he got to come up and read this shit on camera publicly and keep a straight face.
I kid you not. I'm not making this up. It was in the budget under President Biden. We took it out. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez in the socialist wing, the loon wing of the Democratic Party, says we're going to shut down government until you put it back in. I'll just read you a few more that we took out. They are demanding we put back in. $6 million for media organizations for the Palestinians. $833,000 for transgender people in Nepal. $300,000 for a pride parade in Lesotho.
$300,000 for a pride parade and some shit that I can't pronounce. You know how much it's brothers out here working their ass off to see they fucking children. You know how much time with their kids, not even erasing the child support, just the court fees that could help with $300,000 for a fucking parade.
$182,000 for social media and mentorship in Serbia. $4.2 million. We took it out. The Congresswoman and the socialist wing of their party says we got to put that back in for them open government. $4.2 million for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex people in the Western Balkans and Uganda. I could spend the rest of the afternoon here. We took all that out. It upset Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. It upset the socialist wing of her party. And now that wing of her party and the Congresswoman are threatening all other Democrats and saying, you've got to shut that government down until we get what we want. And part of what they want is to add this kind of stuff back into the bill. And that's what this fight is all about.
I apologize. I know it is so YouTube unprofessional for me. This shit is hilarious to me at this point. And every time I listen to him read that shit, I done watched that video a couple times. I'm just at all that this it's in the budget. I'm looking at it. I'm reading it, y'all. I'm not crazy. Please don't stone me. Don't throw tomatoes. I'm reading this shit right now. See, look. And he's in awe. He's in shock that he's reading this shit. So imagine being on the other side and people across this country are trying to figure out where the next check is going to come from, because the group that was seemed nicer, kinder, gentler wants to throw everything at what did Sean call it? All the ABCD crap. $4.2 million. LGBT specific. Oh, get back to some of y'all comments. DG says, "Huh? Yeah, bro. Real shit. This is America, dog." From the Black Cow says, "We need to shut our borders to all immigration for 10 years at least."
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
And I was one of those people before Couch with the Statue of Liberty that says, "Give us your," or in the Ellis Island or wherever it was, "Give us, you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry, you're sick." I believe in that. I still believe somewhat in the American dream of what it was supposed to be for everybody. But we have gone over fucking board to the point that it hurts your own citizens. That's a problem. And you don't care. And the problem with my community, we don't care either until we see the results. That's the issue I have with the community, is because we don't have any forethought a lot of times. Look, Alex says, "Just burn the money in a pile at this point." Indeed. Let me see. DG says, "Kofa, did you hear about the LGBTQ comic books for Brazil?" Truth. Yep. Black Cow says, "Money laundering for Dems." Indeed. Alex says, "What's next? Drum circles and incense parties."
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Another line item. Couch says, "Another line item. Lesbian cooking classes for cats." Indeed. I can see it. Brother Malika says, "Kofa, they were wasting time and money on irrelevant shit and people. No wonder we are in the Twilight Zone." Do I have that? Do. No, I thought I added it, but I don't. But I do have. We'll get that. I got to add my Twilight Zone back. All this is crazy, bro. It's crazy. DG says, "I wonder how come this isn't public knowledge. This information could change a lot of things." Kofa, can you clip that? Yeah, I think I'm going to clip that and put it as a video, or I'll shoot it to you, DG, too. Brother Malika says, "Once you go woke, you always go broke."
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
LX says, "Black people want feel-good trinkets and symbols rather than tangibles." Indeed. That said, we're going to get to the last video of the night. This is from Brother Killer Mike. This was during, I want to say, coming up on the end of Obama's last run and, the whole fight for Trump. This was somewhere in there, because you could tell by the video it looks a little bit old. But this is Brother Killer Mike. Agree, disagree, like, don't like. I don't agree with everything the brother says. None of us ever are. It's okay. But what he was dropping in here is pretty much the premise of the night. Black folks, what are we going to do?
I have to say this because I know our spirit and our emotions get stirred. I'm not against nobody on the panel. I'm with everybody on the panel. I'm not diametrically opposed to anybody on the panel. I agree with everything my brother said about revolutionaryism. So let me ask you guys a few questions. We're in the South. We're in the heart of the South right now. Who fishes? Who knows how to fish? Hands down. Who knows how to hunt? Let's hands down. Who shoots on a regular basis, meaning once or twice weekly? Hands down. Now you see how many hands? Who farms or grows their own food right now? Hands down. You ain't ready to oppose nothing. You are as a...
Thank you, Mike. I have muted it for my sniffles. I appreciate it. I said you can answer it in the chat. The questions that he asked, the majority of black people in America are in the South. Who can fish? Who can hunt? Who grows their own food right now? Y'all can put it in the chat if you want to. If not, I'm just keep letting it run. But appreciate that heads up, Malika.
Part of this system as any white person gentrified in this city. And you can't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, because I've lived in this neighborhood long enough to know when 2 out of every 5 yards had a garden in the back. I'm old enough to know when the Muslim community was the strongest security force and their own food force in this community. Black people, I love you, and I love you enough to tell you, you ain't ready to revolt shit. You don't feed yourself. You don't hunt your own animals and slaughter them. You don't prepare your own meat. You don't own your own land. You don't have a seed growing in your window. So when you think about revolutionaryism and you think about fighting and dying in the street, you ain't shit if you can't feed your children. You ain't nothing if you can't teach your children to hunt. I've been hearing this revolutionary talk all my life. All my life, I've been seeing leaders get before me and tell me how much of a strong warrior. And how many of you practice a martial art today? Who practices a martial art today?
I'm going to pause it. It says, Killer Mike asks the question nobody wants to answer. We can't fight for freedom if we're not built for it. There was a sister up there, as he was talking, coming up, arguing with him. This happened. This was here in Atlanta. I forgot what location it was, but it was here in Atlanta. Couch, I got you on the super chat, brother. I appreciate it. But you see who's coming up there to argue with him and tell him to stop. What the sister was pretty much telling him to stop beating up on his own people.
How much of a strong warrior. And how many of you practice a martial art today? Who practices a martial art today? That's what I'm saying. We not ready to fight. You say fight back, fight the police. The police are trained to shoot. They're trained in martial combat. We're not. What are we going to do? Now, I'm not saying give up. I'm not saying you can't train yourself. But what I'm saying is, if you're not training every week, if you're not shooting every week, if you're not knowing how to grow your own food, arguing with me and arguing with the police ain't going to do nothing.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Just putting a thought out there. I got to get back on my shit as well because I fell off too. Told you, woke Kofa started to get wrapped up in that shit. Then I stopped caring at all and I just kind of fell back. Nope, got to get back to growing something. Put a seed in the ground. I was big on defense. Again, having a weapon, being able to throw these a little bit. Everything that brother said back then, I want to say that was 13, 14, somewhere in there, I want to say. It's still true 10 plus years now. We spend so much time mad at the system. You don't learn the system and how to beat them. When you're playing against a different team in a sport, you got to learn their plays. You know what they're going to run. This system been running the same game on us, but again, they put somebody blue in front of you and you ate the shit up. Let me get from the Black Couch. With the $10 bomb, he says, the Statue of Liberty got jumped and graped yesterday by one of these new style, tired and poor newcomers.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Appreciate the 10 spot.
I got money.
But those not respectable women.
I don't want no respect. I want some ass. Damn the respect. I want you to break down like a 12-gauge double-barrel shotgun and show me what you're working with.
But don't you want commitment?
What? Go who?
Appreciate the 10 spot. I got money. Let me get to some of y'all comments before we get up out of here. Brother Malika said, give us you're tired, you're hungry, and you're sick. Not you're crazy, violent, trifling, and stupid as hell.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Talking about the sister wanting to come up there and argue with Mike. A hit hyena will always holler. Indeed, bro. Alex says, sit your butt down. Look, They always hollering when the lion is roaring.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Oh, man. I told y'all still under the weather. Y'all see my sinus has been draining, so I really appreciate y'all rocking with me again. We getting ready to get up out of here, but I had to pose that question. I got more videos. I'm trying to work on something to come back this weekend, so either tomorrow night or Saturday, we'll work it out. But y'all will see me one of the two, if not both. Maybe a surprise, maybe on a little bit earlier. But look out for the thumbnail. Look out for the notices through YouTube. I appreciate all the super chats. Let me check the Cash App because, you know, Quiet Storm was in here earlier. He might be yelling at me. But I didn't get a notice. Let me see. Somebody hit me with somebody hit me with it. I dodged the trap, hit me with 10. I appreciate it. And brother, I got a MC. Let me see. Hold on. I dodged the trap says, salute Kofa, keep spitting the truth. Indeed, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for the Cash App. Let me see who else hit me. Brother MC hit me. He says, for the stream, that's Mike Has Bad Knees. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, good brother. Thank you. Y'all know I have to check because Quiet Storm will sneak in and Kofa's ignoring super chats. So, Kofa's racist to my super chats. Anyways, seriously though, that last video from Killer Mike, that has always stuck with me. That is the arguments I've been having with black people ad nauseum. So I decided I'm not going to keep arguing with everybody. I'm just going to put the information out there, work on my stuff quietly, work within my own circle and my group. Again, this spring, I will have a garden up. That is one of my major goals for my household, is to start growing some of my own food. Because he was right. I'm old enough to remember when Miss Annie had a garden, Miss Mary had a garden, Miss Sheila had a garden. So-and-so grandmama was the candy lady. If some shit jumped off in our community, we would have been able to take care of ourselves. So all this backwood country stuff that people laugh about, these rednecks and stuff like that, it's a handful of black folks that can, but those people are dying off and they're few and far between. Plant a seed, whether it's in the ground, financially, whatever you need to do. Because this, what we're going through right now for this government shutdown is going to affect a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be blind to it. They are not going to look at or listen to or accept clips like the one I played with John Kennedy reading off where the money was going. They're just going to simply blame Trump. So this time next year, I want everybody in my chat, me specifically, because it's affected me, to be ready for a government shutdown or something worse. Because just to prove a point, we're at this place. You see how the Dems are, I'll hurt the country because you won't do what I tell you to do. Most of the people that have been shooting up, whether they've been white or not, align with something liberal. They're supposed to be the kinder, gentler party. Kinder, gentler group of people. The Republicans are all evil because they want to keep their guns. Well, those aren't the people that are using them. Not in recent memory. Personally asking again, what are you going to do? Really want everybody to sit down and chew on that. But we will have Tech Night. I know Mike said he offered to come up. I got some other brothers I'm in class with. We'll work that over the next couple of months. It probably might be somewhere in between the holidays, but we'll see. But I appreciate everybody being in here. Again, what are you going to do? Dear black folks, what now? What are you going to do? Appreciate everybody rocking with me. Once again, I am your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, Kofa, K-O-F-A, not coffee, not kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. Kofa rhymes with sofa.
My name is my name.
Easy to say, easy to spell. This has been G.R.O.W.T.H Entertainment, where growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. And this is where we help men find a positive fuck it. Appreciate everybody being in here once again. I'm going to leave you like I always do. I will see y'all tomorrow, Saturday. I'll see y'all over sometime over this weekend. So we're going to have a good time. I got another topic lined up and we can flesh this out some more. Y'all let me know. Hit me up on the email. Those of y'all that got my number, shoot me a text. Just let me know what you want to talk about. But I'm going to leave you like I always do. I love you. Ain't shit you can do about it. You matter. You're not crazy. Make better choices. Peace. Catch y'all later. I got to go take some meds.